Something I'm most proud of is helping one of my friends and clients take her career from something around $30,000 to around $250,000 a year. The thing I'm most proud of, though, is I never treated her like she needed to get a goal. I never treated her that way. I just kept reflecting back to her, you are the queen of ... industry. You are the queen of ... town. You are the queen of, and I really meant it. I really felt it, and I really, really, really meant it. And she wavered a lot, especially at first, because she could tell me about all this evidence about why it wasn't true. And I just knew it was true. I just knew it. I felt it. And that is like a deep core belief that one of my favorite things to do is to hold it steady for someone and then to see them live into it. And then recently someone said to her just out of the blue, you are the queen of blah, blah, blah. And she told me, and it was the exact words that I had said to her when we first started. And so, when it comes to doing this for myself, it's different because I can see all the reasons that it's not true. But here's a truth. I'm going to speak this for me because I want you to be able to do it for you. And I want to share with you where I stumble too. I am the queen of joy-based living. Oh my God. On one hand, it's totally true. I'm already the queen of joy-based living. On another hand, I'm like, well, what if other people feel like they can't be the queen of joy-based living? Well, you can, but really I want you to be the queen or king or whatever you want to be the king or queen of. What this is this is joy-based power. It's not power over anybody. And a lot of times when I use the word queen, sometimes people will say to me, what about me? Don't I get to be queen? I discovered that when I started wearing a crown on my head when I read fairy tales to people. And, they might feel safer if I said princess instead of queen. And I'm like, you can wear a crown too. You can be a queen too. We live in a world that has us so conditioned that only one person can lead or only one person can be in their power at a time. But really the truth is I'm interested in being around people who are wearing their own crowns because if you're queen of what you're great at or king, and I'm queen of what I'm great at, and someone else is queen of, I have a friend who's really, really great at, she has a really modern car and she doesn't mind, learning all the things you need to learn to juice up your car with electricity instead of gasoline. I don't like being on the leading edge of that. I like being on the leading edge of personal development. This makes me really happy knowing that we are at the frontier at joy-based living, creating something that there's no such thing out there. We're developing a new genre of what is the language of joy and how do we bring it into our households and into our lives every day. That's new. I have another friend who's really good at being on the leading edge of promoting herself online and finding spaces where she can be number one and taking risks and doing that kind of thing. And, she pays good money to sit in that seat, but it's affordable at the same time. And she goes thrift shopping for these things almost, but on the leading edge. It's really quite exciting to watch her. And so I feel like I'm surrounded by royalty. And here's the thing, because we believe that power, as a culture, we kind of have a belief that power, there's a scarcity of power. We kind of hesitate about taking too much power, or we hesitate about letting other people know that this is our power. But what we do at Joy-Based Living is we share power with other people. We go, wow, I see that power in you. Oh my God, look at you shining. Or, hey, you are queen of such and such. And it takes people by surprise at first, and they have to get used to it. So, when I was thinking about having this conversation here, I was thinking about, being your own bestie, how to stay connected to yourself. amidst the noise. And I do want to give you 3 practical things that you can do. So, number 1, you want to generate a feeling of safety inside, because it's really hard to dream big if you don't have a feeling of safety. So, like on the lowest part of the emotional scale, you want to feel a sense of acceptance and love, and either help yourself create feelings of safety and belonging to the degree that you're able to do it, and or get somebody else to help you, or other people who are more regulated, emotionally regulated inside, because emotional regulation and coherence is actually contagious. It might mean that you hire someone. It might mean that you start your own joy-based living group. So like you could get the ebook and just start your own group, because I show you how to do that in the book. And we have a Patreon community where you can ask questions at any time. So, the first thing is to create some safety and a sense of belonging inside. And I want to share a quick story about that. Okay, so I'm Jewish, which means I went to Hebrew school, which means I learned about Nazi Germany and the Holocaust. And I also learned about the heroes who survived and the ones who were heroic to write stories about how they survived. And one of the things that they did to generate safety and belonging in that atmosphere is they dreamed of futures that they desired, like having a birthday party with their sister, not even knowing if their sister was alive, but they would dream it, because that's the power of imagination. And they would witness what other people were doing or not doing, and how people would stay strong or they would give up. And so I want you to stay strong inside. I want you to know I'm rooting for you, and creating feelings of safety and belonging when you're in arenas that are telling you to not feel safe or to not feel like you belong. It takes conviction, and it takes getting help if you need it, and having people around you who are offering emotional regulation. That's our wheelhouse at Joy Based Living. Having meaningful conversations is like being in a really lovely, I don't know, like a beautiful mosaic community bathing area where you're just with other people who are taking in the beautiful energy with you, and you're elevating your energy from fear into coherence together. That's what actually creates a lasting feeling of staying connected to yourself amidst the noise, is having other people help you. It's almost impossible to just do it by yourself. A lot of personal development in because I've been doing personal development like for a long time, for decades. And one of the things that happens is people get isolated, and too much isolation actually starts creating shame. And so then you're back to safety and belonging. So that's why I'm addressing that one so strongly. The second thing is release your emotions as they show up, and it'll help. It's like keeping the dishes clean in the sink. Then you have a place to do your next meal if the sink is regularly clean. Same with your energy. So if you feel the discomfort, whether it's in your body, because your emotions are speaking in your body all the time. And so when you see your body as a messenger and you're able to offer it some spaciousness, that's something that is also in the 12 Practices of Joy ebook. It's practice number 8. And it's actually a daily, it's almost all day, every day. Like whenever something comes up, whether it's emotional or it's physical, you learn to just tune in and go, oh, I see you. I am not you. I can unblend myself from you. I can unburden myself from you by recognizing that I'm the space that allows you to move through me. You move through me, but I can either resist you or I can allow you to move through. Another metaphor for that is composting. Like when you let these emotions get oxygen, and you aerate the soil, the emotions actually will compost, and they'll become great fertilizer for the third thing, which is, and this is the thing that really makes the self-connection stick, is, okay, you know that movie, The Sound of Music? where Maria sings that song, to have a dream that will need all the love you can give every day of your life for as long as you live. That dream can be really tiny. It can be, I want to stay self-connected. Or it can be like, for me, I'm like, oh my God, like when I think really insane, megalomaniac big, I'm like, well, Steve Jobs said that he wanted a computer on every desk, and now there's one in every pocket. Oh my word. And how is he why not me? Why not have joy-based living on every refrigerator and have an emotional ladder on every refrigerator and have cards of honor? In the USA we have purple ribbons that we give to soldiers who risked their lives at war, and they're purple medals of honor. And so I created like a little postcard. They're free. You can download it like online if you just Google it, Joy-Based Living Purple Medal of Honor, or honor card, or honor ribbon. And the reason I'm sharing that here right now is because it takes courage to have a dream. It takes courage to feel your feelings and compost your feelings. It takes courage to decide that you want to feel safe and a sense of belonging. And I believe that people who are doing this inner work, we are the soldiers. We are the ones who are kind of composting the difficult emotions that our parents and grandparents and ancestors, they didn't have emotional awareness. They didn't have emotional vocabulary. That wasn't their thing to do. That's our thing to do in this generation. That's our process. That's what we're learning, but obviously not everybody's doing it. I mean, Brene Brown is one of the top TED speakers in the world. She talks about shame and vulnerability, but then you look at the craziness in the world and you're like, okay, she's got millions and millions and millions of views. How is it possible that all this awareness is happening, but all this, let's call it ignorance and asleepness and pain is happening all at the same time? So those of us who are aware, we are the ones who are processing the emotional, unprocessed pain that humanity feels. And that makes me feel like we each deserve a purple medal of honor. And so please feel free to download one for yourself. In fact, I'll put the link below to make sure you can find it easily. So those are the three main things to stay connected with yourself. Do what you can to generate safety and co-regulation, belongingness, deep, deep, deep down, so you feel rooted in the earth because you do belong here. Number 2, allow and release your emotions so that the true you that's underneath all of them can shine. And as it shines, it's going to want to explore, and it's going to want to have dreams. And you're going to, if you haven't before, you're going to be more available to seeing yourself, even taking baby steps in that direction. Because the important thing isn't, let's say that, oh my God, that I have to make my dream come true. I can't make that dream come true. That's an insane dream. But it makes my heart happy to think about the possibility. And it's that feeling that leads me to my next baby step. The next baby step. So then I go do a video like this. So I hope this is touching you. I hope you like the art that I helped create with the help of AI. I was the creative director of this art. And if you have any thoughts or questions or dreams that you want to share here, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to get a conversation started at YouTube on this level so that we can all be our own besties. And then because of that, we can even be better besties to our besties. We can have more meaningful conversations. We can get better at finding our people, speaking our truths, and living our joy.